All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Now, this is Ashawn coming at you once again from the Baltimore branch of GMS. And I wanted to go over on how John the Baptist actually got put to death for the truth. Now, it was a controversy going on the other day about ISUPK, which I did the brothers, South Carolina in the main camp, and many other brothers and myself did a video on how these guys from ISUBK did a video on the spirit of madness on how John the Baptist was not in the truth, and we had to defend the gospel and correct them, and we did what we had to do. And the brothers brought out a lot of things about John and a lot of truth on that John was in the truth. And actually, John was the one who paved the way, who the Most High set him up to pave the way for the Lord to come on the scene. So he was like the startup. Like basically, you know how you have a act, like sort of like a concert, and you have the main act doesn't come on yet, but you always have like a someone who starts before the main act to get the crowd pumped up, the show starter, sort of say. That's what John was in a nutshell. And these guys were bugged out, ISUPK, but they fail to realize that John actually got put to death for the sake of the truth, And I wanted to bring it out. Read this. I'm gonna read this chapter in Matthew the 14th chapter, and I'm gonna start at verse 1, and it reads: At the time, Herod the tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahushua, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do shew forth themselves in him. For Herod laid hold on John, and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. So in other words, John was cussing that guy out for committing adultery. But these ISUPK, these guys from the other Israelite camp, ISUPK, talking about John wasn't in the truth. But John got put to death for the truth. And the truth is the law, following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. And John got put to death because he got on, it says his brother Philip's wife, Herod, he got on Herod for sleeping with his wife. There's other scriptures that going more to the story. But let's read on. This is verse 4 says, For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. So John was about the laws. So what did that guy bugged out? That guy talking about John wasn't in the truth. John the Baptist was for the laws. I'm gonna show you. Verse 5. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. See, he was a prophet. One of the most important prophet. I bring that scripture out at the video I was rebuking ISUPK. Verse 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. She probably was twerking. You know, ain't nothing new under the sun. You know. Okay, it says, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. So this was a nigga woman. This was a nigga woman. And most likely she was doing, doing them twerkery dances, trying to get Herod, In other words, this was a bed wench, because she was sleeping with the Herodians, and they wasn't Israelites, they were Edomites. Now they might have looked like Israelites back then because they had intermingled with us, but as race goes, which a lot of people don't understand, it goes by the father. So that's why they were Edomites, because the forefathers, they were Edomites on their father's side, dealing with Israelite women. When these so-called black women get with the white man, they not making Israelite children. When the so-called black, the only way an Israelite can come out is through the father, if the father is an Israelite. So when the Israelite man deals with the other nation women, they still producing Israelites. We can do that. Women can't do the same thing men can do, by the way. And that's a whole nother video. But I just wanted to bring that point in because women think they could do the same thing men do. No, men, when we deal with, we're going to be kings. So we're going to deal with all types of women from different nations. When Israelite women sleep with other nations, they incubating the other nations' children. In other words, they're not creating Israelite children. They help creating heathens, sort of say, heathens. They're nothing but heathens. When an Israelite woman lay down with the so-called white man and have children, they're heathens. When we lay down with the other nations, the women, so-called white women or Chinese or Japanese or any other race, Arab, we creating Israelite children, because none of the patriarchs of Israel, the Israelite woman didn't come the Israelite woman didn't come till the second, third generation. We didn't use Israelite women to create Israelites. The 12 patriarchs, they weren't Israelite women. They didn't lay down with Israelite women because it wasn't such a thing yet. But that's a whole nother topic. Let's get on with the scriptures. It says verse 7. Whereupon he promised with an oath. He promised to give her whatsoever she would ask. Verse 8. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John the Baptist's head and a charger. So they were wicked as hell. They asked, Herod asked her, you can have anything you want. And she said, give me John the Baptist's head. Verse 9. And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. See? And his head was brought in a charger and was given to the damsel, the bed wench. And she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it and went and told Yahushua. And when Yahushua heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the city. Yeah. And so on and so on. But yeah, John the Baptist got his head beheaded, cut off through the nigger woman order, and because he cussed them out. He told Herod, hey, look, you shouldn't be sleeping with your brother's wife. That's adultery, But just like the nigger woman, You know, hey, a perfect example of that is with the the one this black woman Suzanne Rice. She threatened Snoop to send the army at Snoop, and all Snoop was speaking up because Gail and Oprah keep coming at black men, so-called black men, Israelite men, trying to paint them as rapists and all that. When she hangs around nothing but white dudes that been accused of rape, you know, but she didn't call them out. She wanted to call a so-called black Israelite man out. So Snoop called her out, you know, wilded her out for it, and Suzanne Rice got on TV or got on a tweet or something and threatened Snoop. She threatened Snoop with the U.S. Government. She said so that's another example of the so-called black woman using the so-called white man to kill us, the Israelite man. So the Most High going take her ass out. The Most High got a beef with them, you know. When a so-called Edomite man turn on them, hey, what they gonna look around? They ain't gonna get no help. Thy level will despise thee, you know. Thy level will despise thee. They will seek thy life, you know. So yeah, John the Baptist. This guy talking about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. John the Baptist got put to death for the truth. And another thing I wanted to bring out too is when he came back as Abba Bivens, he got put to death for the truth again. I believe, you know, I hear the stories. I never met Rabbi Abba Bivens, but the apostles, I listen to the videos, and they bring out the stories on how Rabbi Abba Bivens was fighting the Muslims, and the Muslims had, you know, fought him and hurt him badly and put him in the hospital, and he passed behind the truth, behind beefing with the truth. So that proves that Rabbi Abba Bivens is John the Baptist coming back. The same lot. He went through the same lot. So these ISUPK guys are off, man. You know. But that's all I got. I just wanted to prove my case on John. He got put to death for the truth's sake. And he did it again. When he was Elijah, he got beamed up. When he came back as John the Baptist, he got put to death for the truth's sake. And then when he came back as Abba Bivens, he got put to death for the truth's sake, fighting those bugged out Muslims. You know, but I hope this was edifying. Till again, Shalom.